Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming. We're going to do the 24 and the 40 and the I Ching set. Today, I would like you to entertain the notion that the only perfect Tai Chi is the one we collect in our mind. Even if the body is not doing it perfectly, the mind has the perfect Tai Chi in place when we're doing it. Breath, spirit, body, intention, all combining. And we're all a work in progress. Some would say a work in regress. I feel that way a lot sometimes. Just keep the idea that even if the shoulder wants to stick a little bit internally, it's flowing. Internally, you're moving together, all parts of the body connected with energy, with Qi. And Qi is an easing factor, not something that makes it more difficult. We want it to be integrated, natural, and fun. Eventually, even if some of the moves are not doing what we think our feet ought to do, your inner foot, your inner waist, your inner dantian, your inner heart center is going to be operating in perfection. And we don't get that many shots at perfection, so enjoy it. The 24, we start in Muji stance, feet maybe an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches apart, something like that. It should be comfortable. You should not feel like you're crowding yourself. Your weight is evenly distributed. Then you're going to shift your weight to the right leg, which lets the left hip open, and you extend the left foot as far as you can touch the toe and sink to the heel without disturbing your balance. Then you shift to the center and inhaling. You float the arms up. And exhaling, you sit down a couple of inches. And the hands come down to about thigh level. Shifting left, the right arm floats up and you turn to the corner, pivoting on the empty left heel. Now you're holding the big ball, you shift back, swing the left foot softly around, park the wild horse's way. Left, and then right, and every time you're moving the body, you're allowing it to move together. And the third, part the wild horse's mane. And then you bring the back foot half a step in and half a step forward, and you stand up on it for stork cools his wings. In the front, it looks like this. Protecting your head, protecting your groin. The arms are not locked. You have a curve coming out. These are ward-offs if you readjusted them. And you're on the cat stance. The balance is on the ball of the left foot. It means about 99% of your weight is on the back foot. All right. And now we go forward into the brush knee. Turn, sink, shift, step, brush knee. Pressing into the back heel for your anchor and using the big toe of the front foot. Brush knee right. And the third one. And then you pick up that back foot, half a step forward, half a step in, rock back on it and play the fiddle. Now we're going to repulse monkey 4 times. Various curves, various protective strikes, elbow strike on this arm, hand strike on this one. And now circle and close. You sink a little on the right foot, and then you step out with the left for the ward off left, like filling in a curve with energy. roll back, press, and push. If you can hear my puppy yipping in her sleep. She's right here and she's dreaming. Okay. From the ward off, turn the torso and rotate the forearms. They rotate together as the torso turns, and then roll back, engaging the front big toe for an anchor and a root. Press, sweep the hands, sink back, and push. And now you turn 180 degrees. And you sink onto the left leg and swing the right one around. And you do that 4-part series, grasp the bird's tail in this direction. Ward off, roll back, press, and push. And retreating to the back foot, the right toe comes up, and you swirl around again. Then you pick up the bird's beak with the right hand. You swing the left foot around for single whip number 1. From this position, we're going to go to the left and wave hands like clouds. Moving with the energy. Letting the energy direct the body, and your mind directs the energy. So inside you're doing your perfect Tai Chi, and outside you're doing your best. Single whip number 2, then you pick up the back foot, left palm comes up, right hand comes to the ear, and you dance back. High pat on horse. Step out left, circle right. Cross hands, right heel kick to the corner. Straighten the waist to the corner, strike with double fist. Retreating, pivoting, cross hands, toe kick to the diagonally opposite back corner. And then swinging around to orient east-west again. For the first, snake creeps down, the back of the left hand coming along the inside of the left leg to the knee. Once the weight's on the forward leg, you adjust the back foot, shift back, toe and hand come out, and you come forward to the golden rooster. Stands on one leg. Pointing the toe, the knee comes up, and the fingertips come up. Step out wide, adjust the back, snake creeps down, shoulder strike, and golden rooster on the right side. In the interests of fairness. Coming up. How am I in the frame? Okay. Looking over your right shoulder for the fair lady. Number 1, fair lady works the shuffles. And then number 2. And then you pick up the back foot, 100% of the weight on the left leg. You make a quarter turn clockwise and needle at the bottom of the C, coming transverse across the front of the body, then circling around for a fan through the back. Right hand makes the fists and pushes down, left hand blocks to the back corner. Shift the weight to the left leg, left hand circles around, right twist step and back fist, left parry and right punch, and apparent close up, forward push, turn to the front, cross hands, lower hands, rise and step together. And there's the 24. And I hope you catch some of that sense of flow that we allow ourselves and encourage in ourselves. And for the 40, start a little bit more this way because we start off going further that way. The 24 opens to the left, the 40, like the Yang style mother load, the 108, starts moving to the right. You sink, you step, you shift, you raise hands, lower hands and sink. Shifting left, the right arm rises. You pivot outward on the right heel, left hand curls underneath the right one, and you step out to the ward-off left. And then I'll close an advance of the right foot and the ward-off right, commencing grasp the bird's tail with roll back, press, and push. And that sense of flow, the energy is moving, and you come along for the ride. There are no sharp angles in Tai Chi. Single whip. Shift to the right foot, rotate on the empty left heel, the arms rotate to the front. And then you shift left and raise hands, left palm by the right elbow. And then cat stance on the right foot, sink and close, step out to a shoulder strike, and stork cools his wings. And you know that generates brush knee. So we brush knee 3 times. 1, 2, and a 3. Pick up the back foot, play the fiddle. Now, in the 24, when you get to this point, you move backward into the repulsed monkey, but in the 40, we've just trapped their arm, and now they pull out, and so we follow them, reaching out and grab. Twist step, parry punch, and apparent close up, and the forward push. And now we turn around on one of our 180-degree turns, pivoting on the empty left heel to the double block. Close, step around, slanting flying. Weight on the right leg shifts to the left. The right toe goes counterclockwise. The torso and arms go clockwise, winding up with this big left twist step leading into fist under elbow. Right fist under left elbow. Elbow and heel of the left foot strike at the same time. And now 2 repulse monkeys. And this one resolves with a big twist step left, shift, twist step right, closed, and the first fair lady works the shuttles. This one to the left corner. And then, of course, the second one to the right corner. And now you fade into the right leg, drop the hands to a close, extend the left foot, part the wild horse's mane 2 times. Am I still in frame? I am, but I'm going to have to back up. So, wild horse's mane left and right. And then with the weight on the right leg, you turn the waist to open the hip, you pivot on the left heel, and you shift into wave hands like clouds. And on the third wave hands, as ever, you resolve it with a pigeon-toed right foot and a single whip. Same process here as in, same pattern as in the 24. After the single whip, it's high pat on horse, heel kick to the corner. But there the pattern deviates after the double fist, because instead of turning around and kicking to the opposite corner, you're going to deliver a toe kick straight west, spin around, heel kick straight west, and then you step back with that right foot, and you resolve into needle at the bottom of the C. 100% of the weight on the right leg. Coming down, trapping the arm around the left knee, somebody else's arm. Fan to the back. Press down with the right hand while you block to the corner with the left. And then white snake spits out his tongue. So the right foot comes across to give you your root for this powerful back slap. Block, wind up, right foot across, white snake. And then the chop with the left hand, twist step left, chop with the right hand, cross hands, slap kick, and the two hit tigers, one to the left hand corner and one to the opposite diagonal corner. The hit tiger right. And then you resolve that with the first, I'm going to back up, the first snake creeps down, shoulder strike, and golden rooster right, which is immediately followed by golden rooster left. And then there's a twist step right, reach out and grab, turn the torso. As you come forward, you brush knee and punch low. And back up just a little. And here's that brush knee punch low. And that resolves into the ward off left, which leads into grasp the bird's tail with a ward off right. Roll back, press, and push. And then you turn around, the 180-degree turn to single whip. Now this time, with your weight forward, you adjust the back foot. And now you do the second snake creeps down, shoulder strike. And then you reach out and grab and step up to the 7 stars. The right hand does a corkscrew punch right under the left. Step back to ride the tiger. Close and spin around. And the arms come across and over to the right. And then for the double lotus kick, the foot goes left and comes across. Then you wind up for bend the bow to shoot the tiger to the left corner. Reach out, punch or grab, twist, step, parry, punch. Apparent close up. Forward push. Turn to the front. Cross hands. Lower hands, rise and step together. And here's the 40. Well done. In the 40, there are all those, I don't know if they're bewildering or not. They are to me still occasionally, because And the more you do things, the more you unpack them. And the more you take something apart and investigate its joints and sinews and muscles and bones, the more unfamiliar the familiar can become. And it's another reason why maintaining the ideal Tai Chi inside in your mind, in your spirit, is very helpful. The idea that the body will come along as it can, as long as you don't do anything to harm it, and we're trying not to do that. For the I Ching form, there was something I wanted to unpack about. Oh, I think today, in the 40, you have this awkward sequence in which, after Fair Lady number 2, you're all stretched out, and then you bring your weight to the right leg. Instead of 70%, you bring 100% to it, and the hands drift down into a close because you're going to transition into wild horse's mane. So the left hand is the strike, the right hand is the block. And then as you come forward, this could be a grab or a block, but it's a setup for part the wild horse's mane. So if you can, manage this as smoothly as you can, after the first Fair Lady, you retract and spin slightly on the left heel and then step out. There's the strike and block, and here is this transition into wild horse's mane. It's kind of nice once you get it. And if your limbs allow. If there's too much weight on your right leg bent, then after this, you stand up slightly and advance that leg, and then you're in the same position for the Fair Lady. Always the transition comes on the empty foot, the non-weight-bearing foot, because you do want to protect your joints. If you try to change direction while you've got all your weight on the leg, your knees and your ankles are not going to like it, and they're not going to be very forgiving, even though they love you. Fair Lady number 2, strike, and then the drift and the shift. And here's where the weight shift comes, and here's where the next one comes. And all these things move like waves internally. So when I am extending to the left leg for the first Fair Lady, I'm also extending down my back root so that I get some stretch and some strike. If this is a strike and I'm back here, all I have is the arm, but if it's the whole body extended, then there's something to it. It's the energy that moves. And the energy is stronger than the body it comes through. Just like water is stronger than rock. It's one of the Chinese metaphors always employed. Water can wear down the rock, drip by drip. I keep hoping that if I go out in the rain long enough, it will penetrate my skull. Let's do the I Ching form. Starting with the feet together, then one by one, turning out the toes to 45 degrees. And then one by one, turning the heels out to the back 45, so that you have a slightly knock-kneed, a turned-in toe position with roughly the span of 1 foot, one of your feet, between the toes. In this position, there's a proclivity to roll onto the outward edges of the feet, and you want to discourage that by sinking into the surface of the feet and slightly rolling your coccyx, your pelvis forward as if you were going to sit down, not sitting down like that, but sitting down on a stool. So you roll just a little bit. You want to keep the tension, the good tension between the knees, as if you were suspending something between the knees. And the usual example is an inflated paper ball, a fragile thing that if you squeeze too hard with your knees, you will pop. And if you don't squeeze just hard enough, you will drop it. And then what's the use? So there's that maintenance of energy awareness between the two knees. Now your energy roots, your chi roots are down in the earth. You're connected to the earth through the soles of your feet. You think of those roots as being in the earth as deep as you are tall upon the earth. But you can modify that because this is all done with the imagination. And that is very important. You want it active. So let your roots go as deep as they will. There's no harm done. From that depth, wherever it is, start to breathe back up into the body. You inhale up through the bubbling well gate in the bottoms of the feet, and you breathe up the legs, and you inhale up the spine, and you take your breath into the shoulders, and with the breath you slightly inflate the shoulders. And when you exhale, you sink a little bit more with the coccyx, and you allow the shoulders to round forward just a little bit. Think about your pectorals hugging your heart. Your hands are hanging in front of the thighs then. And then inhaling, you breathe the backs of the wrists up as if thy arms were being lifted by rising warm air to shoulders height. Now, when you're ready to exhale, you open your heart, you expand the middle dantian, the heart center, and you spread your wings. You circle the hands to point away from the shoulders. And then you're ready to inhale again. And leading with the fingertips, you circle the hands overhead, leaving the shoulders as inert as you can manage, keeping the knees holding that paper ball. Ready to exhale, press up with the palms and down through the heels, down to your roots, and inhaling, breathing up from the roots all the way through the body and out the fingertips. Big breath. Exhale, release everything. Float the palms down, facing the earth to shoulders height. Inhaling, rotate the shoulders internally. And gradually the arms rotate so the palms are turned up. And exhaling, leading with the edges of the hands, circle the edges of the hands into shoulders width. Let the shoulders settle. Inhale both palms toward the face. Allow the backs of the fingers to roll lightly together. And then exhaling, send the joined hands down the center line and let them take tension and weight out of the head and the neck and the shoulders. At around dantian level, around the navel, inhaling, rotate the forearms so that the palms come to face the body. Keep inhaling and now hinge at the elbows so the forearms open like a gate to parallel shoulders width. And now between the palms, the palm gates, you have energy. We're going to cultivate and compress it, bringing the hands close but without touching, not using force in the arms or hands, but using the dantian and the suggestion. And you may feel that resistance between the hands as they get close, like reverse magnetism. And now inhaling, leading with the backs of the wrists, expand that cloud of energy, the chi cloud, opening back up to shoulders width. And then exhaling, compress the chi. Remember, you're lightly squeezing the paper ball between your knees. Inhale, expand the chi ball. made of energy, expanding and contracting as you cultivate it. Exhale, compress the chi. Sink the heels if they are rising. Inhale, expand. Whole body breathing. All the pores, all the bones and muscles. Exhaling, release. Empty the palms. Let them drift down. Round the shoulder. Inhaling, sink the heels, lift that ball-shaped cloud of energy on the backs of the wrists up to shoulders height. And now exhaling, release it, let it float there. Open your heart, spread your wings, circling the hands outward. Expanding the middle dantian, contracting the shoulder blades. Inhale, lead with the fingertips, circle the hands overhead, floating up. Exhale, press up and sit down, just a couple of inches. Inhaling, reach up, connect earth and sky. Exhale, float the palms back to shoulders height, easing down. It's almost May. Inhale, rotate the shoulders internally. Let the arms follow. Exhale, circle the edges of the hands into shoulders width. Let the shoulders settle, let the shoulder blades inch down the back and set in their sockets. Inhale the palms toward the face. Exhale the joined hands down the center. Inhaling, rotate the forearms. Hinge at the elbows, expand the ball cloud. Whole body breathing with the earth, with the great sea of chi around us. Exhale, compress the chi. Inhale, expand the ball cloud. Whole body breathing. Grip your paper ball. Exhale, compress the chi. Easy. Closing the front, opening in the back. Inhale, expand the ball cloud. And exhale, compress. Gentle squeeze. And then inhale, expand the whole thing. And exhaling, release, empty the palms, let them drift down. Engage the big toes, pushing into the earth, round the shoulders. Inhaling, sink the heels, lift the ball crown, the backs of the wrists, up to shoulders height. Exhale, release, open your heart, spread your wings. Part the curtains. Inhale, leading with the fingertips, circle the hands overhead. Let some weight into the heels. Exhaling, press up and sit down. Inhaling, reach up, connect earth and sky. Exhale, release, float the palms down, empty the shoulders. Inhaling, rotate the shoulders, turning the palms up. Exhale, circle the edges of the hands into shoulders width. Feel the shoulder blades pull apart a little bit. Inhale the palms toward the face. Exhale the joined hands down the center. Inhaling, rotate the forearms, hinge at the elbows, expand the ball cloud. And exhale, compress the chi. Inhale, open up, filling up your chi balloon, a big reservoir that everybody works in. Exhale, compress the chi. Inhale, expand the ball cloud. Exhale, compress. Inhale, expand, open internally, filling up with the healing energy. And exhaling, grab a double armful of it and bring it into the dantian, the area around the navel. Ladies have the right hand next to the body, men have the left. Gather in, breathe the chi deep into the dantian or into anywhere the body calls for it. Thank you again for coming out. It's a beautiful day. I hope you get to enjoy it some. Stay safe. And I hope to see you next Thursday.
Bye, Calvin.
Thank Calvin.
Thank you. Bye-bye.